Because anytime the mind experience, when the mind is empty, it's completely silent. It doesn't do anything. This is the mind free, see? This is a neutral state. But as soon as a memory comes up, whether it's grieving, judging, or like that, now the mind follows that. So it's stuck with that. It's dancing with the stuff. And so the hooponopono, which is just problem solving, the problem solving is letting that go so that you can now be in neutral, and in being neutral, automatically this inspiration comes up. So now the mind, this is the mind over here, dances with inspiration, and it just flows. It's just a natural flow. But you have to give up. It's like Jesus said, you got to give up the world. Morna says, hey, constipation, let go. Yeah, now we are connected in two ways, only two ways. It's not very complicated. So here's the way we're connected. So I'm going to draw identity. So what happens is that our mind, now I'm talking about this mind of ours. Now I'm going to get a little into this stuff. It doesn't matter, but I should say it because some of you probably need it. But okay, so here's the mind. And so the mind has a subconscious, conscious, superconscious, and then the superconscious is connected to the source. This is why we got our friend over here. Amaka is the source of whatever the Catholics believe or the Buddhists believe or whatever, but there is this original source from which everything flows. So if this source is perfect, all of you have been created perfect. You're perfect, see? No problem. Now, the question you're asking is, so now there are other people in hanging around in your life. So this person, let's call this person Mama. And this person is Dada. Okay. Now, if a memory comes up over here and this person is complaining about you have anybody complain about you guys? Come on, anybody? See, I knew I would have a hard time coming to the corner because everybody's perfect, you know? Yeah. So if you hear, if somebody's talking about, my child just got diagnosed as manic depressive, you're talking to your neighbor, yeah, you know my husband, you don't come home, he bowls, he spends all our money, and all that kind of stuff, yeah. So when you hear that, it's playing in you. So these tapes are playing. This is called the aka chord, what the Hawaiians call aka chord. So there are two ways in which we're all connected. We come from the same source, and we came empty, which is wonderful. And this is you, empty and infinite. That means you're timeless, spaceless, you're everywhere, eternal, you can't die. Only memories give you experience of dying. And now you're connected with a memory. So if you're a school teacher, all the kids are going to show up with showing you got problems. What? What's your problem? You're supposed to say, hey, what's going on in me? So I have a lot of school teachers who have taken this. They have a much easier time. Who are the folks you work with? Ready to drop out of school? Yeah. Okay, that's Hawaiians like that. Oh, just going to get ready to go boot out. Okay, now I'm clear. Okay, so now let this be, and let this be one of these children, student, make up a name, Chad. So Chad comes into life, it's because they got this tie. They're showing up because there is this problem that needs to be handled. So what is a problem? Definition of a problem. Definition, problem, memory replaying in subconscious. That's the definition. That's how we put our hats on, we eat. I like potato chips, you know. That's yeah. So now he knows that whatever's going on, he's got this memory playing. So here's the way the hooponopono goes. A definition of hooponopono. Hooponopono, to correct an error. Anybody not clear about that? If you're not clear about what the hooponopono means, that's what I'm writing on the board. If you're not clear, you let me know. It's to correct an error. What is the error?
It's just a memory.
Yeah. So I'm building now. So the error is the memory replaying. This person showing up in his life, pulling. There's this pull. Here's the memory. Now he has to get around to correcting that memory, which is the error. So now how does he do it with the hooponopono? Well, it's very simple. The hooponopono is about taking 100% responsibility for the error by simply saying, I'm sorry. And you're just saying it to yourself. I don't have to go and say, I'm sorry. She'll say, nah, you cannot do so. You ever had that?
No way.
I'm sorry, you know. Nah. I'm sorry. Nah. You said that before, you know. Yeah? See? So now, thank God, I don't have to say to my sister, I'm sorry, even though I might be ticked off, yeah? I say it to over here. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. This is hooponopono. You're going to correct an error. Please forgive me. That's it. Now, who says, I'm sorry, please forgive me? It's this character over here, the conscious mind. So this conscious mind begins the hooponopono process in which it says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So here's how beautiful this is, and that's all you have to do. Double his income from 3 to 6 million. So now my friend knows how to do this cleaning. I'll show you how some cleaning tools. So he says, this says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So the flow of energy goes down. It always goes down. It goes up. It goes up, and it goes ding, 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 ding. It rings. When you knock, I'm going to open. When you ask, I'm going to do it. So now something beautiful happens. And this part of you is the problem solver. It does what is called transformation. Huh? I don't know what the translation is in Hawaiian. But this is a conscious mind. And then the C part here, the transformation, is done by the source, Kai, whoever you want to call it, okay? Now, this thing is beautiful. It goes up there, and this is what happens. The transformation takes place like that. Energy comes down to here first, and also comes down to here next. Comes down to the conscious mind, comes down to that person's conscious mind, chest, comes down into the subconscious, comes down into subconscious, and it transforms the error by simply erasing it. So now it erases, the divinity erases, or the source, or whatever you call it, cuts the tie, and now instead of going this way, the energy goes up, and there's a movement upward. And that's what hooponopono is. So hooponopono is to correct a memory replaying as a problem by saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and allowing the divine in you to transmute. And whatever is transmuted in you is going to get transmuted in everything else. So if I was the owner of this golf company, I would take the list of everybody who's going to show up. They're going to come to my company. As soon as I get the list, I would start cleaning this way, going up. So I get the name of all the people, like my friend John is doing, everybody else who knows how to do hooponopono, and this thing just constantly closes. So by the time the people show up, they will be more ready to do whatever needs to be done for themselves. And you don't have to say much. You can give up and look good. Or, you know, they say, wow, you know, those guys really do a good job, but you didn't do anything. That's pure hooponopono. This is not about doing it with other people. This is doing it directly with the source in you. You don't have to talk to anybody else because it's your problem. Yeah. What happens if you don't do it this way, you get burned out. If you're a lawyer, you get burned. If you're a psychologist, if you're a mother, you get burned because you know. You and I know. I have my 2 children are out of the older now, but talking to them doesn't work. Do you have any children? Do you have anybody you hang around with like this guy? So does it do you any good to talk to him?
Probably not.
Yeah, and he can't help it. See, I tell you how interesting this is. There's some guy in San Francisco got it down to an absolute science. So what happens is psychologists or psychiatrists who are having counseling with people, they send him just a 10 or 15 second audio of a conversation, and then they blur it so that you only hear the tone. And he said, I can tell whether that relationship will last by listening to the tone. Only 10 seconds. Why would that be so, including golfers? Why would that be so? Because we have certain things that we're not aware that we do. We're stuck. Not by now, though, but see, we're just the rest of us. We have signature patterns that we're not even aware. So I had a daughter come with the mother. Every time the mother would say something, she would go. You know that roll? I go, uh-oh. And so, you know, I began to work on that, and really, right in front of my eyes, I began to, what's going on in me that I'm seeing this? Because when a person rolls their eyes, what do you think that's telling you?
They don't believe.
Not only to believe, it's a contempt. They go, oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
And you know, contempt is worse than hatred. I have seen that in all the patients I've had who killed somebody or raped them. It's contempt. That's what causes them to do it. Just hatred is a contempt. You look down, and you look down when you victimize somebody, that person is lower, and that's what you do. But they can't help it like you. When somebody rapes, they can't help it. It's a memory playing. So when I work with them, keep my mouth shut, just do the cleaning, and then whereas they were averaging 7 to 10 years in the ward, it began to come down. And so when I left, the year I left in '87, they were just coming in and out quicker. $50,000 a year, you know, to keep them in there. Your money. So you got to clean up your stuff so they move through faster.
Hooponopono. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. If you haven't heard of it, brace yourself, because it's the most powerful, the most transformational, the most magical, the most miraculous technique I've ever come across. I'm Dr. Joe Vitale. I've written 80 books. I've recorded 15 albums. I have 200 some products. I have a coaching program, certification programs, but nothing ever has had the impact in my life as Hooponopono has. I've been teaching it to other people since around 2005. There is great depth to it, though it's very simple. On the very superficial level, there's really only 4 phrases, and you're kind of saying them as a quiet prayer or petition. But there's so much more to it than that. And what I really want you to do is check it out. I want you to check it out for you, your family, your friends, and ultimately for the world. It's that powerful. And as I like to say, expect miracles.